And on this episode of Getting What You Deserve, PlayStation laying off 900 across Insomniac, Naughty Dog, Guerrilla, and more, and they're closing their London studio. What did you people expect was going to happen? Did they really think the world was just going to buy into all this diversity, inclusion, and ugly-ass women they were making, and poor gameplay, and microtransactions, and terrible plots? Did they expect all these people to just keep shelling out all of their money to play garbage? Naughty Dog, you guys made The Last of Us. Fantastic game, bravo, deserves all the awards in the world. Then you made a sequel that was terrible. And worst of all, you spent this entire game going on this bloody revenge quest against Abby. And then you finally have the chance to kill her, and you don't. You show mercy to her, but not everyone else you killed before that. Terrible game. And they just keep remastering. I don't understand this. They just keep remastering it, sell it at full price, and they're confused that people aren't buying it in droves? And then you have Insomniac. Fantastic Spider-Man 1 game. Absolutely picture-perfect game. They did everything right. Then they made a Miles Morales spin-off. Not terrible. Not as great as the first one, but a passable game. Then you make the sequel. Absolute woke garbage from start to finish. Retiring Peter Parker, pushing Miles to the forefront of a third game that's going to come out that I predicted many times is absolutely going to flop. And this company is confused that they're losing money? That they have to lay off 900 people? That's 900 people so far. Just think what's going to happen. Because remember with The Last of Us, they got 2 games. I believe they canceled their multiplayer game. They were making an online multiplayer game, if I'm not mistaken. And they canceled that pretty quickly. And now the creators are talking about a third game. No confirmed reports of when that's going to come out, though. But they're trying to make a third game. After making a terrible second game and HBO making a very, very mediocre show. You think there is still interest in your franchise? Spider-Man 3, you think you're going to get people to buy that game? And I wonder if this is keeping Guerrilla Games up at night, though. Apparently they're making a Netflix series for this game, but the game's not keeping the lights on. So do they think this series is going to do well? Herman Holtz, and he's talking about the recent bout of layoffs. And I quote, "Our goal at PlayStation Studios has always been to make the best games for PlayStation fans." No, it's not. No, it's not. If it was, you wouldn't have put out this dog shit. You would sit back and look at these games and say, yes, these games are absolutely terrible, but we're going to keep pushing and going down this pathway because we believe this is what our audience wants. You should be fired today. Honestly, these are the people that should be losing their jobs, not just the lowly workers. The people at the tops of these companies should all go because you're responsible for this. You bent the knee, not even bent the knee, you bent over and grabbed your ankles and took it. That's what you did here. You didn't just say, oh, okay, we're just gonna go with a little bit of diversity and inclusion. No. We're gonna make this the focus of our company. The focus of our games, the focus of our franchises. And if you don't like it, you're a bad person. Well, shit. All these people that didn't buy your product, I guess, are just bad people then. And that's why they're laughing as your company is crumbling down around you. All these people that are in charge of these products and overseeing these studios should all be let go. Those are the ones that are at fault here, not the gamers refusing to consume the bullshit. PlayStation 5 is in its 4th year, and we are at the stage where we need to step back and look at what our business needs. Better games, better writers, better plots. It's weird that God of War isn't having any of these problems, right? The people at that studio are doing very well, aren't they? Delivering the immersive, narrative-driven stories that PlayStation Studios is known for at the quality bar that we aspire to requires a reevaluation of how we operate. Absolutely it does. It absolutely requires a revaluation. You should look at everything you're doing right now and say, okay, what is the goal of this game? If it's, I'm going to put this black man in a Spider-Man suit, that's not a good goal. If the goal is lesbian relationship, that's not a good goal. And they should know that by now. It's weird how all these companies just decided that they want to lose all of their money and all of their fan base and all of their business. It's very weird that they all don't get it at the exact same time. Then he goes on to say, delivering and sustaining social online experiences, allowing PlayStation gamers to explore our worlds in different ways, as well as launching games to additional services such as PC and mobile, requires a different approach and different resources. That's not why your company's failing. That's not at all why your the ability to put a game on a mobile device is not hemorrhaging money. Also, let's pretend for a second that is the absolute biggest debt blow to your company, is that you want to put things on a mobile device and it's not working. Don't do it. You don't have to do that. You don't have to put things on these other services if you don't want to. That's, again, just a scapegoat. This is just a complete nothing burger of a quote from this guy. He has no idea what he's talking about. He is trying his absolute best to not say, hey, our diversity and inclusion standards are what's killing this company. He goes on to say, I want to be clear that the decisions to stop work on these projects is not a reflection on the talent or passion of the team members. Yes, it is. It's an absolute reflection on their talent and passions, because their talent and their passions are diverted to woke inclusion and diversity, not making good games. They're caring about self-inserting characters, and that's pretty much it. It's a bunch of selfish people that want all the spotlight on themselves and to pat themselves on the back and say, hey, look, we might have not have made the best game out there, but we were the most inclusive and diverse game out there, and that's a win in our books. That's why you're failing. I have so much admiration, appreciation, and respect for their work. No, you don't. If you did, they wouldn't be getting let go, would they? If they all did a great job and they were making you money, they would all have their jobs, right? Sometimes a project is started with the best intentions before shifts within the market or industry result in a change of plans. The best intentions. Yeah, we know what your intentions are. We are rejecting them. It's that simple. Then he goes on to say, PlayStation Studios will continue to be a creator-led organization driven by evolving our beloved franchises and bringing new gameplay experiences to the highest quality of our fans. You are trying to destroy your franchises. I don't know why. I don't know who's holding the gun to your head. But you are destroying your franchises, and you know it. And we all know it. And the only thing we're doing as consumers, we're just saying, we're not going to buy your product. And by doing so, we are going to cripple your company. That's the best part of this. We don't really have to have a revolution where we're throwing tea in the bays or something like that, though. Or tar and feather and tax collectors. All we have to do to cripple these industries is not go to the theater, not go to the game store, and just buy other stuff. That's it. And we've been doing this so much for the past few years that they don't have an answer. They're wondering, oh, well, let's hold on a second. People love The Last of Us. Why aren't they loving the sequel? Why aren't they clamoring for another one? Why aren't they buying our 3 remastered games? Because they're not good anymore. All he's doing is just trying to be positive for the cameras, and that's it. And we all know what's going on. We all know this industry is dead. Look at the top games out right now. They're not AAA studios. They're not major companies. They're mostly indie game companies that are putting out good quality, fun content that people want to play. And they're so simple with some of their things. They're not trying to reinvent the wheel. You don't really have to try that hard to make a great, compelling game. You don't have to be the most overly complicated game out there. Just be good. People love authentic game companies. People don't want to be lied to. And right now, I cannot remember the last time I bought a AAA game. I just have the Game Pass. And most of the time, I'm just playing indie games on those. And they're kind of more fun because it shows that There is a level of passion from an indie gamer that is not from a AAA company right now. The indie gamer has to work harder. They care more about their audience. The AAA one thinks they already have us. They said, hey, okay, everyone that loves Spider-Man is going to buy this game. Congratulations. Everyone that loves Spider-Man bought the first game. Then you made an okay spin-off and a terrible sequel, and you lost your fan base. And now a third one's going to come out, leading with Miles Morales as the center going forward? That ain't going to work. Last of Us 3? Nope. Not fun. Not going to be good. If you canceled your online game, that's a problem. You could have just essentially made Fortnite with a Last of Us skin, and you couldn't even do that right. So to this article, they're screwed. This is just the beginning. 900 is going to be a blessing for them in a few years from now. I'm not even a few years though, a few months we're talking about. Because there is nothing coming out of PlayStation Studios right now that looks exciting. And all their franchises now, they're just trying to reboot stuff. They're just trying to bring old games from the past and remaster them. That's what I'm hearing. And it's not going to work. It's not going to work, and they know it. And right now, just like Hollywood, they are grasping at straws and trying to desperately find things that people liked in the past and say, okay, well, they're going to buy the new stuff because they like the old stuff. That's not how it works. And they probably know that. I don't think these people are stupid. These people are in charge of billion-dollar companies for a reason. They're smart. They just think we're stupid. And they're learning that really, really quickly, that we are the reasons why they make money. And we are the reasons why they're losing money. And it's not going to change anytime soon. So good for us. So what do you think about that? Do you think PlayStation is going to bounce back? Do you think they're just going to keep hemorrhaging money and destroying franchises and firing mass loads of people? What do you think about that one?